Hello, and welcome. Good evening, y'all. I am reporting to you live from the hideout headquarters of Writers in the Schools 1523 West Main. All right, I am excited to be here. My name is Emmanuel Lee, Outspoken Bean, and I just want to just express and thank you so much and have immense gratitude for you being here with us and being with us through this trying year, right? 2020 has been a year. Yeah, let's say that. Well, today, right, this is the Writers in the Schools virtual happy half hour. And we're going to keep this tight, okay? That half part, we mean it. It's in parentheses, but we mean it, okay? So make sure you are in your PJs or your shoes are off, you're on your sofa, wherever you need to be, you just be relaxed. We will not be able to see you how TV is intended. No Zoom over here, okay, y'all? All right? So enjoy yourselves, all right? We have a wonderful lineup of people, right? We have a wonderful lineup. We have Chris Cander, who is a USA Today best-selling author. We have Deborah Mouton, poet laureate in Houston Poet Laureate Emeritus, Houston Youth Poet Laureate, currently Madison Petaway. We have our acting executive director, Jack McBride, and we will also be hearing from our WITS board president. Y'all, again, get your beverage. It can be alcoholic. Mine is coffee, but yours can be whatever you want it to be. Get it, get relaxed, enjoy yourself. We won't be here long. And enjoy the words from the WITS board president, Writers in the Schools board president, Garrick Malone.
Thank you, Bean. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us for our first ever live stream happy hour. I'm going to very briefly kick us off and then get us on to Chris, D.E.E.P, and Jack. For those I haven't met, obviously I'm Garrick Malone. I've been the Writers in the Schools board president for the past 2 years and been privileged to work with the organization for over a decade. My passion for WITS really comes from seeing the profound effect that WITS has on kids by enabling them to tell their own stories. And I see my 2-year-old daughter every day, I'm mesmerized by the story she tells herself. And I can't wait for her to join the WITS community and learn how to translate the stories going through her head now into writing, poetry, and performance. In my day job, I'm an engineer and project manager, which on the face of it may not be all that related to storytelling, poetry, and writing. But what I truly believe and have seen in the course of my career is that the best technical ideas only come to fruition if the author is able to paint a picture and paint the vision for their audience. And the ideas will just die on the vine if that doesn't happen. And so whether our kids grow up to be engineers or doctors or lawyers or artists or writers, the skills that WITS is teaching them are fundamental. So this has been a difficult year for everyone. No, I don't need to rehash that. But you know, it's similar to after Harvey. WITS is empowering the kids to tell their story, to talk through it, and to grow through that storytelling. I really missed the chance to get together with all of you at our annual gala this fall. Just know that we're planning for the gala in the fall of 2021. So we look forward to seeing you then. And as we wind down 2020, I just want to really say thank you for supporting WITS. Thank you to our community for being there. Please remember WITS in your end of year giving. It really means a lot to the organization. And I look forward to connecting with everyone in 2021. It's going to be an amazing year. We're all ready to turn the page on 2020. It's going to be great. And we look forward to bringing the power and joy of creative writing to Houston students in 2021.
In a WITS classroom, what we attempt to do is to offer young writers what I needed most of the time, and that is a stage. They can be whatever they need to be, do whatever they need to do on that stage. A stage is just a period at the end of the statement. You are worth watching. You are worth listening to. You are worth knowing. I think every young person needs that and deserves that.
In Bel Air, everybody looks like me. Sharp tongue and wide smile, clever hands and hungry eyes. We are a community of desire.
If you believe the kids do not have something to say, you're asleep. The power and the change in our students, it cannot be matched. Too often as professionals, we don't have a space for critical engagement. There's so much business that has to happen, right? Let's do attendance, let's take care of this lesson, let's write, here's your feedback for your writing, next. WITS offers us this opportunity to bridge that gap where I am able to do more with our students, with curriculum and beyond it.
It was very valuable to give students a voice and say, hey, my voice matters in this classroom, my opinion matters, and as the school year goes on, I'm going to be able to talk about things that matter to me.
When we put that mic back into their hand, they have so many answers that we haven't even thought of as being a solution. And so I think when we have the opportunity to not necessarily say you solve this, but can we work together to figure out what the best avenue is? If it's not appropriate to what the young people need at that time, we have to be willing and able to shift, because that's, I think, when the beautiful things start to happen.
Spoken word is a particularly great vehicle for accelerating the bonding process, because it's scary.
We're not all alone. A lot of us experience the exact same thing. And even if we don't experience the exact same thing, we can learn from each other in ways to build upon memories and build upon experiences with each other.
There's a really particular sense of intimacy that comes between performer and audience, especially as spoken word combines the powerful mediums of music, theater, and writing. And in that sense, we're able to have an audience connect more deeply with issues and topics in the world that they might not be more open to listening and learning about had we not come to them in the form of poetry.
When you take that vulnerability and you put it front and center and you say, I am human just like you are human, now there's that dynamic of the teacher and student. I can see you in a way, again, that I couldn't before.
The distance between teacher and student, spoken word collapses it. Just peanut butter jelly sandwich, right? Who doesn't like a peanut butter jelly sandwich? Right.
I value my mentors and educators not only as people who have taught me in the technical aspects, but also as people who took the time to care for me and make sure that I was able to grow and reflect through personal experiences.
I really firmly believe that they've got to have those opportunities to read, to write, to talk, to listen in ways that are meaningful to them. So it matters for their learning today, but it also really builds them into those students that we want them to graduate as.
I think some of the best teachers are the ones who not only care about you growing as a writer, but who also care about your endeavors as a person.
Right.
And I think I've had that kind of sentiment with every WITS writer I've ever worked with, really.
Definitely.
Hi, I'm Madison Petaway. I'm 17 years old, and I'm Houston's 2020 Youth Poet Laureate. Replicating a countdown to the new year while also reflecting, the following poem is told in reverse. Feel free to count down with me. 10. I am sitting in Herman Park with my best friend feeding bread to a squirrel. This is the first time we've seen each other in months. We don't hug. We don't share food like we used to, but we watch the sunset over a reflection pool, and I fall asleep in her mom's car. 9. My last year of high school starts with me becoming senior vice president. I'm running on the platform of engaging ESL kids in senior activities. For the first time in a long time, I consider my future. 8. For my birthday, I shove my face with Taco Cabana's fajita tacos, and I don't worry about weight gain. 7. I score my first real job. Anxiety meds keep my hands from shaking at the register. I'm happy to wake up. Happy to bring my coworkers hot donuts and breakfast tacos as I step into a cold and silent museum 6. I turn to spirituality after my boyfriend cheats on me. focusing on individuality and everything happens for a reason type beat 5. Another black body falls, and I convince myself I am an activist, not a child scared of dying. 4. 3. A mental health day turns into over 8 months of social isolation. I feel as if I've hit rock bottom. 2. 1. I am leaving my friend's house when my mom tells me my uncle is in the hospital. I take for granted my friend's goodbye hugs. This is the last time I will see them for a while. 0. It's New Year's Eve. My family is in a hotel room in downtown Houston. The adults are sitting at a large circular table sharing stories not meant for children, and the children are catching up on this year's achievements. My uncle is sipping makeshift champagne, and he has not had his stroke yet. Gold, black, and white streamers dangle from the ceiling. My mom is upset, but I don't remember why. It fades when my cousin knocks on the door, surprised by our setup. I nod at my brother, who helped set up the decorations, and he has not been laid off yet. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys for supporting WITS. Happy holidays, y'all.
My favorite part about WITS is when I get to open up my mind with creativity, and I get to pull out my new creativity. I like about it that we get to do a lot of fun stuff and write, so I love to write now.
What do you like to write?
I like to write like fun stuff and like creative, like how Christopher said, like to like create stuff, like imagining stuff and drawing, like something like you're imagining.
It helps me be a good writer because it's fun and I could just probably pay attention more because it's more fun, and I know that it's getting me like, oh, this is fun writing, not boring writing.
I like WITS because like we do fun stuff and we be creative.
And what does that help you do?
It makes me know that I love writing more.
Hi, I'm Chris Cander. When I was young, I didn't do any creative writing in school. My teachers were always focused on grammar and punctuation and teaching us how to compose a 5-paragraph essay. So with the exception of my parents, I didn't have anyone to nurture or encourage me as I was developing a passion for the written word. So years ago, when I first heard about writers in the schools, I knew I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to give other children what I myself wish that I had had, the opportunity to play with words and language, to spill their imaginations all over their notebooks, and guidance as they learned how to express their unique selves in writing. I taught WITS for 7 years, and I loved every single class. Not only did I get to mentor these incredible children and watch them develop, but they gave so much back to me too. I was so inspired by their passion and their fearless creativity. I want to share a poem with you that was written by one of my favorite students named Sohan years ago when he was 9 years old. It's called My Magic Box. In my box, I will put the words of God and a rock that is as old as time. I'll put in the spirit of day and night and the joy of the darkness. I will put in a fleece of a silver ram and the freshest soil of the earth. I will put in the anger of my spirit so I will never have to face it again. The lid of my box will be made out of clouds, and the sides will be from the bark of an ancient oak tree. Only those with pure hearts will be able to open it. I'll guard it with my life, and when I die, I'll bring it with me to the stars. And from there, I'll look for someone else in my family to send it to, so that they can keep it safe for me. So I want to thank all of you who have joined us tonight, and those of you who continue to support WITS. It's because of you that we're able to do what we do. So cheers to all of you. Thank you for helping WITS make the magic happen. I wish you all wonderful, happy holidays and a very happy new year.
Hello, everyone. My name is Deborah Mouton, and I am Houston Poet Laureate Emeritus. I'm so excited to be here just to support a organization that does so much great work when it comes to writing. I worked for WITS for a very long time and got to work with tons of talented students. And much like Chris mentioned, I think the one thing that stood out to me the most was how inside of them was this innate nature and ability to see the world around us and see the positive when everything is dark. And I hope that this holiday season, as we go into, what seems to be socially a very dark time for us, we remember that inside each and every one of us is a light that's burning and that is still there. And so I wrote a poem kind of to commemorate that idea that inside each and every one of us, there's still something worth holding on to. And I hope that you enjoy it. This is called Hold the Light. When the darkness sets in, and all the world becomes a quiet stage. When the streets hollow out, no horn or howl or bodies undulating in them. When the abyss of evening seems to have swallowed us whole, and this year seems to have twilight zoned all our best made plans. There is still a glimmer, one that whispers, all is not lost, that takes us by the hand and says, look, on the horizon, there it is shining still. When all seems devoured by shadow, you and I, we hold the light. That flicker in the void, the one that trades devastation for daybreak, that counts the hospital's hands as sanctuary, that remembers a full classroom without the fear, that counts down every disturbance in the gulf and wishes for a pinhole between the storms, that essential gleam that rises early for its shift, that stumbles home late, hoping all it brought with it is its own luminescence. We hear the whisper of the invisible enemy's name, have known its hopelessness too. It wants to dim this light, but this sunburst in us is never truly gone. We hold the power to come back strong, to light a canvas or a street corner or a takeout sign, to show how selflessness shines, how compassion radiates, how resilience sits still, illuminating our chest. When the darkness seems triumphant, when this year has pulled at all of our loose wires, we get to remind the world we gleam ever connected. We have enough power to scatter the abyss, to say, if I be my city's keeper, behind the mask, let me be a lamp. Let there be a hope. Let there be a brilliant sun waiting on a new year horizon. Let us breathe a hand pressed to the glass, heat rising through 6 feet of safety that reminds us that we are not an island, just a lost beam. And oh, how we will return. The way the moon cuts the night and gives us room to dance again. There are still streets to fill, still stages waiting on a world to reawaken. If we just remember that we hold the light. Keep that light brighting. Keep that light burning. Happy holidays and a wonderful new year to each and every one of you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jack McBride, and as you can tell, I'm wildly nervous. I cried twice during the presentation because the words of Madison, Bean, Garrick, Chris, and D.E.E.P move me. And this isn't even the first time I've heard them, and they continue to move me. And I'm moved by the fact that you all are joining us this evening. Thank you for being part of the WITS family and the WITS community. We had to cancel so many events and moments together this year, but there was no way I was going to cancel our holiday happy hour. If you know me, the holidays are my favorite time of year, and the happy hour is my favorite time of day. So I hope you have a cocktail ready for our toast later in a couple of minutes. But I wanted to share a little bit about me. I've been with Writers in the Schools for over 16 years, and this organization is near and dear to my heart. I grew up a book nerd, an art nerd, a music nerd, and an organization like Writers in the Schools would have totally saved me. And this organization now continues to save me. I know that when we work with our 68,000 students and teachers across the community, we're making a real impact in Houston, and we can only do that because you're part of the community and because of your support. This year was a crazy year. And you all know that. There's no reason for me to say that out loud. And the number of times we've pivoted and piloted new programs was all due to our continued impact working directly with kids and students, or kids and teachers across this beautiful city. We've got big plans for 2021, and we need you on our team. We're piloting online workshops for students and families. We've got poetry slams coming up, school programs and partnerships, and summer camps. And whether we're virtual or in person, we'll continue to work directly with those kiddos and teachers in any format that we can. Please consider making us part of your giving plan this year. A gift of any amount truly directly impacts thousands of young writers across the city. We'll continue to engage students and teachers in the new year and engage them in the power of reading and writing, which is our mission. And we've posted links on how to donate and to subscribe. You can see the link here. That was almost smooth. And like and subscribe below, which is aligned in many YouTube and TikTok accounts. I am hip to the lingo. You all make up a giant network of writers and artists, teachers and volunteers, board and staff working together in the support of art and writing and creativity in the city. And we thank you for bringing the work with us. So grab your cocktail. See if I did it. Okay, there we go. Please know you all mean the world to me, and I'm honored to be in this community with you. I'm especially grateful for the whole WITS staff that put this together. My teammates behind the scenes are Maggie, Tina, Patricia, Ray, Alyssa, Joyce, Candace, Bean, and Sonia. So from all the WITS staff and community, from my family to yours, have a wonderful holiday season, and we'll see you in the new year. Cheers, y'all. Oh, I needed that.